The 30 days of mourning are done. A silence hangs over the vast Israelite encampment at Shittim, on the plains of Moab. Moses is in the ground. Standing alone at the entrance to the meeting tent is Joshua ben Nun, an older man, weathered, robed as an attendant. The Malbim reads it, prophecy comes to him now not because he was the most learned of the elders, but because he served. For 40 years he was the man who carried Moses' water and set the stones for this very tent. Moses is gone, but his absence presses on the camp. An empty seat sits near the entrance, and the people glance toward where he stood. Yet the text still calls him, servant of Hashem. Then a voice fills the silence. Inside the tent, the golden light shifts on the heavy linen curtains, and the curling smoke rising from the incense altar suddenly holds perfectly still. Moses, my servant, is dead. Joshua knew this. The Malbim reads the words as permission, not information. While Moses lived, no other man could take command. While Moses lived, the Jordan could not be crossed. Both doors now stand open. Arise, cross this Jordan, you and all this people, into the land which I am giving them, to the children of Israel. Joshua hears the wording carefully. The land is being given to them, not to him. Every general who has crossed a river has named what he took after himself, not this. He is the commander. The land is the people's. Joshua steps out of the tent into the gathering dusk. As he approaches the officers of the camp, his bearing changes. The quiet posture of the attendant vanishes. He carries the weight of command, the man who is no longer waiting. He gives them 3 days. Prepare provisions. The era of manna falling from the sky is over. Now they must grind their own grain. And the Malbim catches a detail in the next verses. This had already happened. Before the voice ever spoke, Joshua had been afraid. He had sent 2 scouts quietly across the river, and he had summoned the chieftains of Reuben, Gad, and half Manasseh. These men stand before him in earth-colored tribal mantles, weathered, waiting. He dictates the terms of their bargain. Their wives, children, and herds remain safely behind on the eastern bank. But only their best warriors will cross, not the whole tribe. The Malbim reads, what has shifted? This is not the war the original bargain imagined, not a sanctified host crossing as one miraculous army. This will be bronze and stratagem, city by city, and Joshua holds them to the stricter version. They cannot fight one battle and return home. They must stay on the front lines until every brother inherits, until everyone is home. Around them, the camp springs to life. Men oil their bronze blades and check sandal straps. Querns roll out between the tents. Cook fires are kindled. The mourning is over. The Malbim catches the deeper test ahead. Holding a kingdom against its enemies is the easier conquest. The harder is holding oneself. The tribal chieftains look at their new leader and deliver their answer. They promise total obedience, swearing to march wherever he sends them. But their pledge comes with a specific, loaded clause. Only let Hashem your God be with you as he was with Moses. Joshua's authority is not unconditional. They served Moses because Moses was Moses. They will serve Joshua if the divine presence stands with him the same way. Until that is proved, his command rests on a condition. Then the chieftains hand him back a familiar phrase. Only be strong and have courage. The same 2 words the silent voice gave him inside the tent, now spoken back from the mouths of his own soldiers, by rumor through the camp, or arrived at on their own. The words have come twice in a single day. He takes them. The sun dips low over the plains of Moab. Shadows stretch out across the dirt. Across the river, the distant walls of Jericho catch the last fading light of the day. Nightfall settles over a sprawling field of black goat-hair tents. Torchlight flickers in the openings. The deep smell of barley flour rises into the air, mixing with the smoke from hundreds of cook fires across the valley. The man who used to carry water walks slowly through the camp. The people track him with their eyes as he passes. A child runs between the tents and is called back. Somewhere in the camp, a horn sounds the second watch. The cook fires burn low. Across the river, the walls of Jericho stand dark against a thin moon. No torch moves along them. No one inside is asleep. An old woman folds her work and turns her face toward the river. 3 days.